Okay, I have a question today from Anthony Diaz, and I'm thought it might be best just to answer with a quick video. It's a great question because it's relevant to what we've been talking about lately, some of the videos that I've done with breaking pitches. And this is Anthony's question. He says, I just started pitching and I tried the underhand grip my second game, officially pitching prior to seeing your video. I'm left-handed though, and I don't seem to be able to get my pitch to break inside to a left-handed batter. Okay, instead of talking slider and screwball and that sort of thing, because that's sort of confusing, what we'll talk about is what he's trying to do is get the pitch to break to his throwing arm side, because that would be inside to a lefty. It would be just like me trying to get the pitch to break inside to a right-handed batter. So, but before I do that, let me just say, Anthony, the first thing you need to do, if you haven't done it yet, and I would recommend this to anyone who's working on new pitches, is to tape your ball. Mark your ball on the two-seam side. Either get a marker, permanent marker of some kind, or a nice bright tape like this, and tape it around. Otherwise, you know, we can discuss grips and releases and all that kind of stuff, but unless you can see what the ball's doing in flight, you can't diagnose the problem. So that's the first thing you need to do. Now, an inside pitch, breaking inside down, is a good pitch. It's a very good pitch. I'll tell you a story. In my league, there's a player on a team that we play regularly, and he's very good. I mean, he's a switch hitter. He can hit the ball in the gaps. He can hit them out. He's a travel quality player. He's he could play sponsor teams. He can do pretty much what he wants to do. And he's been tough for me. He's been a real challenge, and it's always nice to have a couple of those guys on any team that you play, even if you're playing City League. Though I don't know if I'd want to face, a whole team of those guys every night, but it kind of lets you know where you are with your game. But he's been a tough out for me. But just lately, I think I've figured him out. Now, I hope he doesn't see this video, but I think I've figured him out, and I'm getting him out with that pitch. So what I do is I set him up with a knuckleball, and I don't talk too much about knuckleballs because I'm not a big knuckleball fan. Having steady diet of knuckleballs, I'm not real big on that. There is a place for them, and we'll talk about that at some point. But I set him up with a knuckleball, then I come back inside on him with a breaking pitch down on his feet, and that pitch is kind of what I call in my yes zone. It's really not a strike, but it looks kind of like a strike. And if you have one strike on you, you can't really let that go because you don't want to be called out on strikes. And it's been a great pitch. It's about 6.5 feet, 7 feet, borderline low pitch, and it hits right at the plate, right behind the plate, or maybe 4 or 5 inches, inside off the plate. And again, it's a little too close to take, especially if you have a really good break on the pitch. You can't really take a chance on taking it. But I've been able to get him to either roll over on it and hit it to my first baseman or second baseman, or hit a weak pop out, or even ground out, or on a foul ball, because with a strike in our league you're out with a foul if you already have a strike. So that is a really good pitch. Now, we talked about the tape on the ball. That's very important, because what I'm going to explain to you now is how to throw that pitch. And if you can't see the pitch in flight, then there's no way that I can help you with it, or there's no way you can diagnose what's wrong with the pitch. So it's important that you be able to see the pitch. So first thing you want to do to make a pitch break to your arm side is get your grip like it's the same grip I use with the 4-seam backspin pitch. You just go 2 seams on it, okay? Go 2 seams on it, and just like this, 3-point grip. Put your fingers right across those seams, get a good grip on it like that. That way you have good rotation. And in your thumb, you have 3 points. Now, that ball, let's start with the rotation. That ball, the rotation of that pitch, if the rotation of that pitch and the flight of that pitch are the same, the ball will not break, okay? If it's straight, up and down, if it's at an angle like this, it doesn't really matter. If that tape that indicates the rotation direction is aligned with the flight path, it's not going to break. And there's no way to tell how your pitch is spinning until you mark it. All right. So what you want is you want that ball to turn this way. You want that rotation to be going toward the break direction. Okay, so if you want it to go to the arm side, you want that ball to spin like this with the rotation toward the break direction that you want. All right, so did that. Now, take your ball, take your a good thing to do is just use the logo like this. You know, this is a Dudley ball. These are good. I buy them by the dozen. I use them to practice with and all kinds of stuff, but they're really good balls. But in any case, use your logo like this, okay? And when you pitch, when you release that pitch up into the arc, turn that logo up into the direction of the flight of the ball. All right? If you're throwing it like this, you're going to get this rotation that's aligned with the path. No good. Turn it like this. So when you flip it up and you're flipping it toward the batter, you're flipping it to your arm side, but the path of the ball is going straight up. Okay? This is what you want. So when you release, it's going to do this like this. All right? Now, once you get your pitch to do that, to break and to turn, you know, in that direction or rotating in that direction, it's going to break. It's just a force of nature. It's going to break. So that's what I would recommend, Anthony, that you do first, is diagnose the problem. Check the rotation of the pitch relative to the path of the ball, and I suspect that you're going to find right now it's kind of like this. You know, maybe a little bit, you know, but it doesn't have that real hard turn like this. It's not really offline. You want that ball really offline, that rotation really offline to the path, and it's going to break in. It's going to break in on that guy's feet, and you're going to get him out. Okay? But look, I'm proud of you. Good. It's a good thing that you're working on breaking pitches, and I'm glad your other. He does mention here that his breaking pitch the other direction is going good, so you're on the right path. So just diagnose the problem, and then start working with your grip, adjusting that release point or angle to get that ball rotation right with the path. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them there, and subscribe to my channel. I hope to do more of these, answer questions specifically, and you know, hopefully it'll be helpful to you and let you be more competitive pitchers. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks.